child, I remember in a window there was always a light. And on a dark winter's night, if you stood outside, it was always burning bright. And to my mother, I asked why it was burning. Well, she said as she pulled me near, she said it's burning bright into the night, just to let you know that I'm here. 'Cause there's a light that shines in the window for everyone to see. Yes, it's burning bright into the night, just to bring you safe to me. Now the hourglass that stood on the mantle has been many times turned since back then. So it's time to be bold and set off from the fold, but remember to come back home again. She said, son, if you take to the traveling, and if you're ever lost and alone, there's a big warm bed to rest your head. So why don't you come home? 'Cause there's a light that shines in the window for everyone to see. Yes, it's burning bright into the night, just to bring you safe to me. To my own child I now tell this story, and how it was given to me. And I too keep a light, and it's burning bright for everyone to see. So when the day comes to make your journey, well, there's one thing I want you to do, and that's return to the place with that familiar face, and we'll give all our love in you. 'Cause there's a light that shines in the window for everyone to see. Yes, it's burning bright into the night, just to bring you safe to me. 'Cause there's a light that shines in the window for everyone to see. Yes, it's burning bright into the night, just to bring you safe to me. It's just to bring you safe to me.
All right, thanks very much, folks. Let's see, before we proceed, if anybody can't find a chair, I'm asking you to take your seats now. We're going to begin Center for Irish Music, EGSHA 2023. We're about to begin. If you, the audience, has some extra space around your table, raise your hand for just a second, and if anybody is looking for a space, look for the hands. Yep? All right. Get settled in. We're about to begin our festivities, folks. Thanks. I'm Todd Menton. I'm an instructor here. Thank you. And I am here to introduce your host for this evening's gala event. All right, but before we do that, we are going to thank our splendid sponsors, the folks who have made Center for Irish Music EGSHA 2023 possible. All right? And let's do that right now. Oh, and by no means, under no circumstances, hold your applause. I want to hear a screech every time these people. Serious, all right? Beginning with, thank you so much, Celtic Junction Arts Center. This very building, Cormac and Natalie O'Shea. O'Shea's! Ow! Thanks so very much, Gleason Printing. Gleason Printing. Gleason, yep. Many thanks to the law firm of Larkin Hoffman. Let's hear it, Larkin Hoffman. Especially special thanks to the piping barrister himself, Patrick Cole. Special thanks to Patrick Cole. Patrick! Thank you so much, Quicksilver Express. Quicksilver Express. Oh, thanks so very, very, very much, Irish on Grand. Irish on Grand, thank you. Thank you for sponsoring our event, and thank you for Maltesers. Maltesers, I'm sorry. Look, people. All right. Last but not least, thanks a million to Red Locks Whiskey. Red Locks Whiskey. Now, you may not know this, but they just brought home the gold. Gold, I say, from the World Whiskies Awards. Red Locks, gold. Yep. It's a flacchio for whiskey, and they won it. Yep. Now, which, of course, brings us to our host for this evening's gala event. He's a brilliant ambassador for our Irish community. Originally from Ballyhonus, County Mayo. Come on, up Mayo. I left him a big hole. He moved to the United States and put his name, his very own name, on one of the best pubs the Twin Cities or the country has ever seen. I'm here to tell you, huh? Yep. He went on to establish a successful chain of pubs, folks, many pubs all around the area. Then, when he chose to get out of that business, he created his first whiskey, Two Gingers. Two Gingers, come on for the Two Gingers. I had it memorized, right? Great success with that. Then he sold up. He established the Food Building in Northeast Minneapolis, folks. The Food Building, 2013. And then, after that, created yet another award-winning Irish whiskey. Red Locks, the aforementioned Red Locks. Come on. He's a brilliant gentleman altogether. Great ambassador for our community. Ladies and gentlemen, your host for the Center for Irish Music 2023 Egsha, Kieran Folliard.
God love you, Todd, and all of your people. Todd and I have known each other for a lot of years, and a brilliant musician. And I said to him earlier on this evening, I said, you know, I was chatting with Nora, Natalie, and Cormac yesterday, and I was talking, Todd's doing the introduction. Oh, I said, shit, I hope. Who knows what he'll take back from like 25 years ago and bring it out. And then they said, you know that he's 62. So I said to Todd tonight, I said, Jesus, Todd, you're 62. He said, no, I'm 65. I said, oh my God, give me the secret. Todd, thank you for all your great contributions over the years. Well, tonight is about giving. It's about growth and creating opportunities. And it's about, above all else, it's about gratitude. And that goes back to the giving, which is also giving thanks and having gratitude. I have known Nora, I've known Natalie, Cormac, and most of the people involved in the Celtic Junction, and specifically then in the Centre for Irish Music, for so many years. They have inspired me, they've challenged me, and above all else, they have given me a great sense of gratitude for living here in Minnesota, to be surrounded with people that have such passion and commitment to a great vision for a culture and for a universal culture of music and dance, of course, and many of the other things that take place in this building. And so tonight is obviously about giving, and so I believe that we are about 50% to the goal of 15,000. Nora, nod if that's correct. Don't let me near technology that tells you anything. So we're about 50% of the goal towards the 15,000. In the words of the brilliant and great Maya Angelou, I've learned that people will forget what you said, they will forget what you did, but they will not forget how they made you feel. You come in to this community, and I'll give a nod to the people who are online as well tonight. I think there's over 100, maybe, I don't know, but over 100 computers that are online tonight, so that could be, I don't know, a couple of hundred people. I include them obviously in this community. So all of you have felt something. You have felt the dedication. You have felt the commitment. You have felt the extraordinary talent, the passion that exists on a very, very deep level. This is not about financial gain. You have also felt the joy, and the joy that comes from the creation of extraordinary opportunities for people young and old that have come through these doors, that continue to exist and connect through these doors. All of those feelings, and we'll think about this for just 1 second, because I'm a great believer in feelings that you have and that you connect with from a young person until hopefully the last ... You know, I wrote my epitaph about 30 years ago. And seriously, I did. I wrote it. I might have been drinking at the time, but I did write it. And it goes, I realized that eventually I would end up in a box. So I decided to live outside the box until the very last ... And so those... now, I'll need a slightly bigger headstone than my parents have, God rest them, for that, because theirs is about this size. Mine will have to be that size. I'm pretty sure that my wife and kids will not put that on a headstone. I'll put it in my pocket and I'll go in the box. That's how that works. But those feelings, the feelings that you have, and you just, I mean, all of you, I'm preaching to the choir here, you're all great supporters, and the community and the commitment. And so this is an extraordinary feeling of that connection to a community that has at its very core this universal language of music and culture, and the experiences that come with that, the knowledge that comes, the sharing that comes with. You don't need to speak the same language. You feel that language. And so tonight we have an opportunity to have joy, to have fun, to engage. We're going to hear extraordinary talent here tonight as well. We have a couple of ways to raise the money. There is the mystery boxes. Just as I grew up, I was born in 1955 in Ballyhosson, County Mayo. By the way, everybody say, up Mayo! Well, great. We did actually beat Tyrone today. We've gone undefeated in the last 4 games, so we're feeling pretty good. I'm going to go home tonight and actually watch it on GA Go. So if they had lost, I wouldn't be watching it. The mystery boxes. Well, when I was a kid going to be taught by the Sisters of No Mercy, I know, actually, the one that was teaching me at that stage, Sister Carmel, God love her, she was fantastic. The mystery boxes, we used to get at Mrs. O'Brien's shop lucky bags. So this is kind of the equivalent of a lucky bag. So it is, the mystery boxes are a way to support CM, blah, blah, blah. Every box has a value of at least $25. So you can buy the box for $25. Some of them might be $100. Oh, so all of you have a little, like to buy a lotto ticket and so forth. You're definitely connecting with that. So the mystery boxes, $25, and you will not get anything less than 25. And they're like things like gift cards to restaurants and shops and stuff like that. Then there's the Wow raffle. Wow, $5. This year, Wow raffle winners will receive a fantastic mix of whiskey, wine, and winter ale. I hope not all at the same time. Tickets are $5 each and will be available for purchase in person only. Sorry for you people online. And I have, for all of you online, I'm looking at the door because that's where they told me to look when it's talking to the people online. Not trying to ignore you here. If you're like in Florida or Arizona, I have no sympathy at all for you, whatever, that you cannot be involved in the Wow raffle. All right, so the Wow raffle, $5. And then the silent auction, you have to bid on your phone. All right. So, a small number of items are on display tonight, but the auction will primarily take place virtually with mobile bidding, so please use your cell phone. If you don't have one, there are volunteers available to help you place bids. If you don't have one, congratulations is all I can say. Well done. But there are people that can help you. So now, mystery boxes, Wow raffle, silent auction. In general, I would say I would buy one of each. I mean, that's what I would say. Right, now, drinks. We hope you're enjoying the food by Fig and Blue Catering, and they are fantastic. And I chatted with their owner out there, and she's absolutely brilliant. I have not a bit surprised. I had not known her before tonight. Not a bit surprised having talked to her about the display she put out, the quality of the food, and the commitment and passion that she has to her business. So good on her. The bar is open all night. I don't know what all night means because I'm pretty sure that there is a curfew. All night where I grew up was when the sun rises. So it was, you know, I'm sure that's not the case here. So feel free to get up, grab a glass of whatever you want to drink. The silent auction and the raffle will close at 8:30. So I better shut up talking. So get your bids in early. Now I'm going to introduce, where are they? Oh, come on, come on. The Advanced Youth Ensemble. Let's go. Okay, so while they're setting up, okay, look at your clocks, your watches, your phones. 8:30 is the cutoff on it. So we need you in by then. And then, obviously, the other things like the Wow Box and the tickets and so forth will be sold right after the ensemble are going to go through all of their great work. Are you Gabby? Okay. God, I'm going to go through the names. I hope I don't get any of them wrong here. Gabby, Novelli, Henry, what? Neville. Lovely name. Henry, Kira, Morian, Katia, Ginger, Owen, Claire, and Beth.
We're going to start off by playing a waltz that we played at the Midwest Flaw competition in St. Louis last year and St. Louis again this year. We played it for our groupicule and we did pretty good. It's called Matthew's Waltz. One, two, three, 1, 2.
All right, next we're going to play a set of jigs that I learned in Ireland during Skull Extra from a great banjo player. The first one is called Farewell to Gertrude, and the second one is If I Will, I Can. Get in there. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Next we will be playing a tune from O'Carolan himself. It's called Playing See Mrs. Anne McDermott Rowe. I hope all of you are enjoying your lovely evening, and here we go.
Oh, Lord above. Boy, if that didn't energize you and inspire you, it's absolutely fantastic to see so much talent. And of course, that talent comes from their own commitment, but also from the wonderful training and the opportunities that they get here with CMI. Right, so now let me keep track of the old notes. Okay. What time is it? What time is it? Oh yeah, 7:39. Okay, I think we're actually going to have. I'm going to introduce Nora. Now, everybody thinks like that. What is it? Like the Canadians that. They all love hockey. They all go to Tim Hortons. That they, I know so many other stereotypes about Canadians. The one thing I can tell you about Nora is, well, she is Canadian. That's the first thing I can tell you. The second thing I can tell you is that this community is blessed to have her here. Now, I'm going to look at the door again, so that's for the online people. I think her mom, Barb and Bob should be online watching. Nice job on Nora, by the way. Thanks for sending her down here to Minnesota. Oh, God, I remember meeting Nora way back in the early days with Brian, her husband, of course, who's those great equal partners in the great endeavor here. And bright-eyed, talking about her love of Irish music, classically trained, came across it, I won't go into that story, how she came across it, but how she embraced it. And then, these are the deep roots, the things when we're talking about strong roots, but the deep roots when somebody has a talent for something, and then they find a connection to some other part of that world, the music world in this case, and it happened to be Irish music. And then that person commits to sharing that with a community, not alone of people who have talent, but people who just have a desire to want to learn. And they may never be in an orchestra or play in an Irish trad band or whatever else it is. But they get the opportunity because people, specifically Nora and all the people that she has assembled here, all the extraordinary teachers that exist, take that on. And the humanity of that is something that you feel in the music that we just heard. And so, without further ado, I'm going to hand you over to Nora because she is the heartbeat of everything that goes on at CMI. Nora.
Wow. Well, thank you, Karen. My goodness me. Good evening, everyone. And hello. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, Bob. Hi to everybody who's online. We are so happy to have you joining us, and my goodness, are we happy to have all you people here also as well. It's so nice to have actually CIM Gala event in person, and everything has changed. We had COVID, and we still do, and everything has changed, and we're so happy to be here together. So thank you for being here tonight. And thanks to everyone online for being here tonight. There are over 300 of us joining in here tonight on the silent auction and on the raffle and everything. So it's absolutely amazing. So I'm here to, I actually wanted to start out tonight just with a quick tribute to, we we lost some really important members of our community in the last few years, and I wanted to just call out a few people. It's Jamie Gans. We lost him a couple of weeks ago, and Dahi Sproul and Lisa, his wife, are in Indianapolis there for Jamie Gans' memorial today, so they won't be here today. And I just wanted to have a shout out to Pete Tritz, to Bob Douglas, to a very young person we just learned, lost Katie Stephen Spangler from the dance community, but from our Irish community, and then Marty McHugh. So let's just have a moment just to remember those people. They're a huge part of what we do here at the Center for Irish Music in all sorts of different ways. So I just wanted to mention them because it's been 3 years since we've all been together. Feels important to me. So we are a traditional Irish music school, and I didn't fit into the classical music world. And so when Irish music came, I didn't know I didn't fit in. I always loved music, and it was always a big part of my life. It's just kind of what makes me tick. But when I found Irish traditional music, I was like, this is it. Like, this is so much fun. This is so much more fun than what I was doing before. And, and later, it's true. Yeah, let's hear it for Irish traditional music. It was a new thing. I just didn't realize that it was out there. You know, I grew up in Vancouver, British Columbia, and when I found it, I just thought I died and gone to heaven, and here I am in Minnesota, thanks to Brian Miller. Thanks, Brian Miller. But I did end up moving over to Ireland and spending some time over there. But one of the things I loved about it was just how how fun it was, but it was the rhythm of the music. It was the drive of it's dance music. It was the drive of the rhythm, and the melodies are just the most beautiful I've ever heard, the airs and the songs. So I've been adopted into this community, and I moved to Minnesota, and I was just absolutely flabbergasted by what was going on in St. Paul. And I'm just so honored to be a part of the community now and making all of this happen. So thank you for being a part of it. This would not be happening in every city in North America. This is a special place. So tonight we are here to raise money for the Center for Irish Music, and I'm here to talk to you about where we're at as a school. So we went through COVID, we grew. We had over 450 students that we served in 2022. Unbelievable. We were serving them from all across the country. And before COVID, we were running out of space already. We started just up above here, if you've been to the Owen McKiernan Library. That was the original Center for Irish Music. That was 5 classrooms plus a lobby. And it was tight up there. And then Natalie and Cormac built a beautiful space for us over on the south side of the building. And then we grew now into the downstairs. So we have over 4,000, we're about 4,000 square feet now. And we've got 12 classrooms, including the Scanlon Music Hall. Tim is here tonight with us. Tim and Kim sponsored the recital hall, and we are looking forward to having lots of performances there, acoustic performances of traditional Irish music there. So we raised $350,000 last year with your support. Amazing, absolutely amazing. It was a risk. It was a risk for us to take over that space. It was a risk to do the expansion, but everyone came through, and we had some foundations that came through. City of St. Paul has just given us a grant for $34,000 to build a handicapped accessible door out on the way here. So you're going to see that built in the next few months if everything goes well. We're gonna have that built. It'll go out from the south end of the building out through to the parking lot. So that'll make the whole entire building a little even more accessible than it already is, and it will particularly be accessible to our own space. We have a lot of musicians who come to the school who have mobility issues. It doesn't happen as much for the dance school, but it happens a lot for the music school, and so we're really excited about that, and excited to kind of be able to introduce that to the whole building. So we have raised all that money, and now we're just finishing getting it all done. We're a small organization. It has been a real big ask to our community, to our staff, and to our volunteers, and everybody has been there, and we appreciate it so much. And we are ready to get back to the music, back to the playing, back to arranging, and we were doing that all the way through this, but now we get to really focus on it again. So the funding need this year is called Strong Roots budding branches, so we have a strong foundation, and we need to grow, and we have more space. We have new teachers who are interested. We have young students who are going over studying in Ireland, coming back. They're learning Irish language, they're learning songs, they're even teaching. Adrienne O'Shea is actually teaching traditional song at the University of Limerick this year as she does her master's. Amazing. She just wrote me a text the other day. She said, Nora, your voice is coming out in my voice when I'm teaching these kids singing. It's just amazing. So it's really, what we're doing is having a wide reach. One of our students, Joe DiGiorgio, just won the gold medal in the fiddle competition of the Sean O'Rada fiddle competition. It's the first American fiddle player to ever win that competition. So that's a huge achievement. And I had people writing me from New York and Chicago and the East Coast saying, you know, these kids are really making an impression. We all want to come to Minnesota now. I said, yeah. So we are raising money for our programming, for our financial aid program, for our ensemble program, for our affordable instrument rental program. We have over 63 instruments that we rent out, and 28 to 30 of them are out at all times. I just got an email this week with a YouTube video of one of our students who is a virtual student. He lives in St. Paul. He's been studying with Sean Gavin on the uilleann pipes. And he has started making reeds, and Sean gave me a call, reeds for the uilleann pipes. Now, if you know the uilleann pipes, reed making is something that is really important and that nobody wants to do. And so anyways, it testifies. Tom Klein. So anyways, Sean called me and he said, listen, you gotta go buy some reed. You have to buy some reed because this young man, Will, is going to make reeds for the Center for Irish Music's pipes. He's been renting a set of pipes for quite a few years. So I got this video of Will that he made of him making pipes in his small, old St. Paul basement. It's this really cool video. Someone's playing guitar in the back, and he's making reeds, and at the end, he does a solo on the pipes. It's just like this is a kid from St. Paul Center for Irish Music. He's making reeds for the school, and it's through this instrument rental program, and he's getting taught by our friend Sean Gavin, who lives in Detroit, through CIM online. Like, what? Isn't that amazing? It's totally amazing. So if you connect the right people, you get amazing things happening. So, so the instrument rental program, it takes a lot to run it. It takes hours and hours, and all of us being like, what is a reed? What is that pipe? Like, how does this work? We all have to kind of figure it out. Parents and students and staff have to work it out. And so that's part of what you're supporting tonight if you support the Fund a Need. And also our summer camp, which this year was a huge success. We had 17 kids and about 18 counselors and 3-4 lead counselors. It was a blast, it was wild, and we had a great time. And so your support tonight will support all of these programs. Irish traditional music is a rare thing. You might know a lot about it, but if you've never been around it and you are exposed to it, it's really like, it can open up a world for someone like me. So, you know, what we're doing, it is having a huge impact, and so your support tonight will help to keep that going for generations and generations to come. And so I hope you will consider giving to the Fund a Need. Our goal is to raise $30,000. We have a $15,000 match, so every dollar that you give tonight will be matched. And you can give on your phone. You have permission to pull out your phones while the music is starting here, and you can donate, and then we're going to have a little bit more of a presentation about that after. But I will hand it over to the next thing that's happening, which is quite an interesting thing that is also written on that piece of paper that Kieran couldn't find. So I'm going to call Kieran Folliard back up to the stage. Please give him a hand.
Nora, you're the best. What did you do with my glasses, Nora? No, I got them here in the pocket. Well, obviously everybody in the room can feel the passion and the commitment from Nora. And so right now, we're going to have Celtic Cuties.
That's me, Kieran. That's just me.
You're the cutie. Okay, maybe we won't have. Yes, we are having Celtic cuties.
Well, sort no. Well, we could. Cranky, we're having a cranky. So early in the morning.
Introduce us, Celtic cuties.
This is Elisa. You can introduce her. No, she's going to the cranky.
Well, okay. Elisa is a fiddler and early childhood music teacher who embarked on the Irish music journey while living in Galway with her husband, a native of Dublin. What's his name? Eamon. How are you doing, Eamon? Where's Eamon? My grandson is Eamon. I keep telling him, Eamon, hi, go on. And he gets completely annoyed. She particularly values the community building aspect of the Irish music tradition and strives to encourage family and community music making. Her two children, Niamh and Cathal, both play Irish music. Elisa, who teaches our Celtic Cuties and Singing Sweeties classes. Singing Sweeties classes. I want to be in that group. Also works at the St. Paul Public Library, specializing in story time and children services. And of course, she is now backed up by the Centre for Irish Music Instructors Concert Set 1. Sean is hiding behind. Corey, Kate, Chad, Nora. Oh, Kate, that's what it was. You're the Celtic cutie.
I'm the Celtic cutie.
Of course you are. Chad, Nora. Nora's up there. Oh my God, you just transformed. That's amazing. I didn't even know it. Todd, Rosa, and Alyssa. There you go.
I'm going to share a story with you tonight, and this is a story of connections. It's a story celebrating small wonders that have linked my family here in Minnesota with our family in Ireland over time and distance. It's a story that reminds us that our hearts all beat under the same sun.
was the least cranky and the most brilliant performance that I've come across. And I can't even believe it, how completely un-Irish this night is. We're 2 minutes ahead of schedule.
No!
God, what? People are going to start thinking we're German, for God's sake. Really. All right, now, instead of 20 minutes, you have 22 minutes to get the mystery box, the lucky box, as they call it. The WOW, the silent auction online, which closes at 8:30 in 22 minutes. And so go get some food, get some drinks, and get on the phone and buy the WOW boxes and come back in 20 minutes and we'll have a good old time.
No, there's
Thank
more
you.
music. There's more music.
There's more music.
There's more music. We're gonna play more.
Keep playing.
We're gonna play more. We have
We're gonna make up those 2 minutes right
yeah, we
now.
are. We are.
Do not move.
Let's hear it for Elisa Mee and her cranky.
Elisa Mee!
Amazing. So while she's getting her fiddle out, we are going to get going with our set. We're just going to play a few numbers, and then we'll take a break. So we're starting off with some polkas. Charlie, will you tell us about them?
Well, it's a set of two composed polkas by Timmy Connors, and the first one's called "Come Over Here, Shivanine," and the second one's called "The Cascade," and then we're sticking one called "Jessica's" on at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. haul away, we'll haul away together. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. Way haul away, we'll pray for better weather. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. When I was a little lad, me mother then she told me, way haul away, we'll haul away snow. That if I licked a frozen pipe, me tongue would surely hold me. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. To me, way haul away, we'll haul away together. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. Way haul away, we'll pray for better weather. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. I ain't got no four-wheel drive, I ain't got no snowblower. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. So winter is a pain in me neck and most days even lower. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. Way haul away, we'll haul away together. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. Way haul away, we'll pray for better weather. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. I can't get to Florida, I'm financially unable. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. So I've a good relationship with a set of booster cables. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. Way haul away, we'll haul away together. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. Shovel! Way haul away, we'll pray for better weather. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. Once I loved a Yankee girl, but now we're separated. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. So she was strictly Fahrenheit, and I've been metricated. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. Way haul away, we'll haul away together. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. Way haul away, we'll pray for better weather. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. I just dug me driveway out them snowdrifts I was slinging. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. But then a bloody plow drove by and packed the whole damn thing in. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. To me, way haul away, we'll haul away together. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. Way haul away, we'll pray for better weather. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. Last time. Way haul away, we'll haul away together. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow. Way haul away, we'll pray for better weather. Way haul away, we'll haul away snow.
John Haven.
When you get done shoveling snow, what do you need but some whiskey? What do you say, huh? Specifically, Pachin. Yep. The rare old Mountain Dew. Here we go. All right.
Yep. All right.
Ready? One, two, one. Let grasses grow and waters flow in a free and easy way. Just give me enough of the rare old stuff that's made near Galway Bay. Come, you gangers all from Donegal, Sligo and Leitrim too. We'll give 'em a slip and we'll take a sip of the rare old Mountain Dew. Hi,
diddly-i-dum, diddly-i-dum, diddly-i, diddly-i-ay. Diddly-i-dum, diddly-i-dum, diddly-i, diddly-i-ay. There's a neat little still at the foot of the hill where the smoke curls up to the sky. By the smoke and the smell you can plainly tell there's poaching boys close by. They'll fill the air with perfume rare betwixt both me and you. As home you roll you can fill a bowl or a bucket full of Mountain Dew. Diddly-i-dum, come on, run! Diddly-i, diddly-i, sing it! Diddly-i-dum, diddly-i-dum, diddly-i, diddly-i. Have read your praises high. The sweet poachine from Ireland green that's made from wheat and rye. Throw away your pills, it'll cure all ills, a pagan or Christian too. Take off your coat, grease your throat with the rare old Mountain Dew. Hi diddly-i-dum, diddly-i-dum, diddly-i, diddly-i, hi diddly-i-dum, diddly-i-dum, diddly-i, diddly-i. Do it again. Hi diddly-i-dum, diddly-i-dum, diddly-i, diddly-i, hi diddly-i-dum, diddly-i-dum, diddly-i, diddly-i.
Mr. Todd Menton. I believe there might be still a few minutes that you can bid on pub songs with Todd Menton at your house.
At your
Get
home.
on it. Okay, we have one
In
more
your
more
basement.
set in your basement.
Your rec room.
We have one more we're gonna do, and then we're taking a break for real this time. Whoa. We'll take a break. What time is it here? Okay, you got 9 minutes. Everything okay out there? Is everybody feeling on time or late or properly? However you want to be.
We don't know how to buy the mystery box. Yeah, we can't figure it out.
You can't buy. You have to go to the lobby to buy the mystery box. It's such a mystery. So we'll turn the lights up after we finish this set, and you can
walk
all
20 yards,
rush
Teresa.
the mystery box table. It's in the lobby. Yeah, and the bar's open. Did I mention that? Okay. And the raffle tickets, it's a competition between the boys and the girls, so. All right, we're going to finish off with a set of reels, and that was Carmen Pasquarella joining us there at the end.
Hey, Carmen.
Carmen is our newest teacher at the CAM. She is teaching the introduction to tin whistle for the young and restless. My goodness, they're wild. Carmen and I teach them together, and I started, when I started here at the CAM, Carmen was one of my first students at 6 years old, so it's pretty fun to be doing that together. Yeah, very sweet. And I'm gonna, so we're gonna do a blast of flute tunes, and I'm gonna hand it over to the founder of the Center for Irish Music, Kate Wade, who is going to tell us all about the set.
Woo! I told Nora I'd come back if we could have a blast of flute tunes, so that's what we get to do tonight. So thanks for coming out. Center for Irish Music, it's just amazing that you're all here and what you're capable of doing. Anyway, we're going to play some reels, and these are all from Sligo. We learned these from Peter Horn. The first one's the Maid of Mount Cisco, the Shaskeen, and the Bag of Spuds, and it's a flute-rific number. You ready, Carmen? Woo!
Irish dance.
Okay, clearly it is still very Irish, un-German. We're about 20 minutes behind. Right, now, haul yourselves away to get those lucky boxes, the wow boxes, get the tickets. And by the way, if you belong to a gym or something like that, cancel it. And just listen to Irish music and you'll be tapping and clapping all day. You don't need a subscription, so you don't to a place. All right, go get some food, some drink, buy those boxes. Big cheers.
Good to see you. I'm glad you're here.
Nice to be here.
It's a whiskey evening for sure. No, I'm not lost, not broken, not poor. Just this music and the spirit's cure. It's a whiskey evening for sure. Well, this night falls heavy and strange, but I've never been more sane as I hear you softly speak to me in the sound of the gathering rain, in the sound of the gathering rain. It's a whiskey evening for sure. No, I'm not lost, not broken, not poor. Just this music and the spirit's pure. It's a whiskey evening for sure. And if I hold still and open my mind, it's your voice at the end of the line, or you're stopping by with a story or two, helping me take some time. Oh, I wish I were taking more time, 'cause it's a whiskey evening for sure. No, I'm not lost, not broken, not poor. Just this music and the spirit's cure. It's a whiskey evening for sure. Well, this moment is precious and rare, so I've poured you the angel's share, and I'll raise a glass to your peace at last, and your beauty beyond compare, and your beauty beyond compare. It's a whiskey evening for sure. No, I'm not lost, not broken, not poor. Just this music and the spirit's cure. It's a whiskey evening
All right, we're back. Everybody happy? Did you get your lucky bags? You didn't get, nobody got the lucky bags. For God's sake, we got to work on the lucky bags. Charlie, that was a fantastic song. Hauling it away. You've been hauling it away for a lot of years. How are you doing, Anne? Good. Well, I was inspired when Nora told me a few weeks ago, whenever it was, when she asked if I would do the emceeing. And I said, well, are you trying to raise money or keep people away? And she said, well, yeah, it's fine. We don't have anybody, everybody else refused, so you're the last one. So I says, right, sign me up. I said, but when she talked about strong roots and budding branches, it kind of hit a nerve with me. So if you can just imagine, picture a kid, 11 years of age, living in a rural part of Ireland, and well, this would have been 1966. 1966. The only bad thing that happened that year was England won the World Cup, the only time they ever won it. I'm joking. I have six. Well, only kinda. No, I have 6 first cousins that were born and raised in Manchester in England, and so I can't be, we won't get into the politics side of it. 11 years of age, this boy is, and he goes to learn to play the fiddle. And the teacher, Mrs. Hughes, nice woman, goes out to answer the first time she taught this little boy how to hold the fiddle. The phone rang in the hall. It was in her house. And she went out to answer it. And when she came back in, that boy was pretending to play the guitar with the fiddle. And she threw him out. She told him he was not a good candidate for learning to play the fiddle. God's honest truth. So tonight, earlier, I was with Denise, who are great supporters of the centre, and we were out and we were chatting. And I asked her, I said, Denise, have you ever played an instrument or tried to play an instrument? She said, I fiddled around with the guitar when I was young. And I said, that was the problem. I was fiddling around with the guitar. Didn't go well, so that ended that career. 6 months later, this is the serious part. In Ireland, back then, it's still today, when you're in grade school and you're about to graduate to go to secondary school, the equivalent of junior high, you're 12 years of age, you take an exam. Every kid in the entire country takes an exam. You do your math in the morning, your sums it was called at the time, geography, history, Irish, English, blah, 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 the whole thing, and singing. I'm in a 2-room schoolhouse with an outhouse. And 1 week of the year, you had to bring turf from home to keep the fire going in the winter time. And old John Higgins was the schoolmaster. And I stood up for the singing part. And I started to sing. And he told me to sit down. And he gave me an F. God's honest truth. 1987, April 16th, 1987, it was Holy Thursday.
And people said, how do you remember that it was Holy Thursday? I said, because I woke up on Good Friday morning and I said, Jesus, this is a heathen country. Look at them all running around, going in and out of bars and restaurants and everything like that. What in the name of God is going on? And I was driving from Minneapolis to St. Paul in 94, and I was listening to NPR, and there was a woman being interviewed on it. She was a professor at the University of Minnesota. Her thesis had been the notion of tone deafness. And she talked about it doesn't exist. You're somewhere on the continuum. It's like athleticism, whatever it is. You may not be Pavarotti, you may not be Charlie Heyman, but, you know, you could be me. So you're somewhere, but you can be taught to carry it. And she talked about in depth. I pulled off on Dale and listened to the entire hour. And bottom line was, people, kids in particular, but it could be adults as well, the number one reason why they think they cannot do something, they're not good at it, they'd never accomplish it, they've been put down as a kid. And all the research, and she had it, and she talked about it. And I said to this day, from that day, I said, every opportunity one should get in life, whatever it is, and you make your own opportunity, whatever it is, you encourage people in whatever their deal is. So, and this is not about Redlocks. It's not, but the tag is giving it a shot. And I'm trying to build a brand there that Nora, that Brian, Cormac, Natalie, all of the other people, and all the incredible instructors that are here are doing the exact same thing. They're giving people a shot at doing it. But they're doing it by encouraging them, providing the knowledge, the support systems, and for the people who cannot afford to be able to do it, to take the lessons, to get the instruments. And that, to me, is really, that's humanity to me, is how do you support and encourage people to act on their ideas, their dreams, their passions, whatever it is. Learn to play an instrument. Learn to do Irish dancing. Learn to climb a mountain, you know. Write a book. Start a business. Start a non-profit. Do whatever it is. Go for a long walk. You know. Hopefully not off a short pier. Go for a long walk. And so that's the inspiration. It's literally, when I hear about this incredible institution here, that's what I feel. I know that that's what it's about. So Brian is going to come up and we're going to harangue ye and harass ye. So there. And we're going to have you haul us away to the end. So, Brian, the strong roots, budding branches. It's under the chair. This is going to check your dexterity at this point. Okay, now steady. There. Oh, very good. Very good. It's great to be young, isn't it?
Boom.
Right. So.
How's it going? Here we are.
Thanks very much, by the way.
It's great to be here.
No, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for thanking me.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing Nora here.
It was no small task. The weather's not as good as Vancouver.
Well, but Vancouver is kind of, feels like Englishish, though.
Yeah, I know they have those.
The rain and all the nice gardens and stuff
They have
like
those
that.
Ketchup chips.
Yeah,
You forgot
yeah,
the ketchup
yeah,
chips. So,
ketchup
yeah, I know,
chips,
it's weird.
Right, the
Super
first one
weird.
is strong roots and budding branches help us to reach the goal of the 30,000, and the first one is the 5,000 one. Do you want to talk about that?
I sure do. $5,000 were you to this evening pledge $5,000 to the Center for Irish Music. That funds CIM's financial aid program, enabling all students to study Irish music no matter their circumstances. If we had 3 donors at the $5,000 level, that would completely fund our financial aid program. Kieran did a wonderful, articulate job of talking about the importance of encouraging people with music. And it's crazy, I hear that story all the time from some of my older students that they were discouraged about music when they were young, and it's awful, really. But there's so much encouragement that goes into our students here. I feel like my job as a teacher is to make the student love it, because if you love it, that's when you'll succeed, you know? And even if you don't become, you know, the next Michael Coleman, the most brilliant player in the world or whatever, you know, Patty O'Brien said to me one time, Michael Coleman can't enjoy it any more than you can. It's all about the enjoyment of it, and all of us on the teaching staff, we really believe in that. It's about enjoying it, getting the most out of it, and we really don't want price to be a barrier for that, you know? Like, it should be about your heart and about how much you can enjoy the music and get into it and make it part of your life. So if we have anyone in the house this evening willing to donate at this ambitious high level of $5,000, go ahead. If you want to be Minnesotan about it, you can do it on your phone. You can be very discreet. And if you want you can also raise your hand, and we have volunteers that can come around. So $5,000, we're just throwing that out there, aren't we? $5,000 is the first level we're mentioning.
Holding it away. Now, the lights are blinding me here, so I can't see if anybody has a hand up. So if you have a hand up, stand up. So it is. I will say, having been involved in lots of different charitable organizations and events over all of the years, I genuinely feel that every single dollar that comes into this organization is so well spent. It is shepherded and it is analyzed and crafted to get the biggest impact for the students and for the community. So, do we see a hand up? Do we see a hand up? Are we going to, okay, I'm sure you're all doing it online anyway, so that's all good. So it is. All right, do we want to move on to the $1,000?
Yes, the $1,000 level. We're going to move on to the $1,000 level. And $1,000 supports the artistic direction and administration of CIM's youth and adult ensemble programs. And prepare yourself now to hear about my own kids, because Nora and I have children who have been selling you raffle tickets, and they are now CIM students themselves. So our ensemble program, if you think about, if you want to think about a $1,000 donation this evening, think about that helping us keep our ensemble program running. We have, what's the number? Where's Nora? She had the number. It was a big number. 49. Is that youth? That's the whole ensemble program. So we have 49 students in the ensemble program, and our son, Henry, said to me one day, you know, Dad, I didn't want to take tin whistle lessons. I didn't like tin whistle lessons. But now, I like it. But especially, Dad, ensemble. He said, when it became social for him, it made all the difference. And we hear that from our adult students as well as the youth. Making Irish music social. I mean, it's really how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be something you do with friends. It's supposed to be a way to entertain yourself with other people. Imagine entertaining yourself not at home alone with your phone sitting on the john, but like out with other people actually playing music. It's amazing. It's inspirational. No, seriously, if anybody would pledge $1,000 tonight, it would go a long way to help our ensemble program. And it's really, I think of it as kind of the heart of the school in a lot of ways, because it brings that social aspect in, and it gets people connected to friendships. Some of these friendships last long after the student leaves the CIM. And the ensembles take on a life of their own. There's a few people here from my adult ensemble on Lewin tonight, and they go places I don't even know where they are. I can't keep track of them. But
I think that you need, could we have a big cheer for them? Let's get a webcam in your house and listen to you all playing around the kitchen table. Is this the Waltons? So it is, really.
We play music in the morning at our house, and it's not always a happy time for everybody. But we try. So $1,000.
$1,000.
$1,000. Raise your hand. I see a hand up over here. There's volunteers
Dennis,
going around.
thank you.
There's another hand up.
Very
Thank
good.
you so much. It means
2 hands up. Now, all the people who are clapping with their hands up, you're also included in that. Really? Oh, no, I mean, it's on camera. I mean, get their addresses. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you
the
so
people
much.
that contribute.
And if you want to sneak one in, like after the fact on the phone, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
for sure. 500.
500. Oh boy, 500. This is one of my favorites.
This is my favorite one. Well, it's my favorite one, actually. Yes.
It is. It's a good one. It's actually it relates to our situation here. So $500 times 2. If we had 2 people raise up their hands at the $500 level, that would help pay the airfare. Would nearly pay the airfare, depending on what time of year, to bring a musician from Ireland, a master musician from Ireland, over here to teach at the Center for Irish Music for our Minnesota Irish Music Weekend that happens every year in June. And I have to say, as somebody that grew up, I fell in love with Irish music in Bemidji, and my closest thing to a musician from Ireland was the Green Linnet catalog, and I could order a few CDs from there up there to my house on Turtle Lake. But here, these kids that are growing up here at the Center for Irish Music and the adults that take our lessons, they have access to world-class musicians from Ireland because we have the means to bring them here. And that means flying them in, getting them a hotel, means getting them visas. It's an incredible amount of work. Shout out to Tom Klein, who's gotten some of those visas. It's hard work.
Man, Tom.
And it gets harder every year. But if you could support us at that $500 level, we would think of it as a big step toward being able to bring those artists here. So if you want to raise your hand, $500. We're putting it out there. $500.
See a couple of $500.
$500
out there.
Looking for a hand.
Actually, if you just want to make it $250, we'll only bring them one way. So they have to pay their own way home.
That's how I got Nora here. It was a $250 job.
Jeez, I tell you, that was the best $250 you'll ever spend. So it is.
That's what I said.
You've got a few online. Very good.
The word is
Thank
they're
you.
coming in online.
Yes, yep, that's good.
That's very Minnesotan.
Minnesota, yes.
We're under one sun here.
Right, the $100. No, the $250
first.
No, actually, the $250 is really actually my favorite one. I misspoke. I did. Because it's about the instruments and making them accessible.
No, that's one of the best ones.
To kids. Yeah.
It is one of the best ones. Should I read it?
Yeah.
I'll read it. Okay, here we go. $250 helps fund CIM's instrument rental program, providing students with hard-to-find Irish starter instruments. No joke. Our own son Henry, in the morning before he goes to school, gets out his CIM rental harp, and a harp. You can't go down to the corner store at the CVS and pick up a Irish harp. It's a beautiful instrument, and it's in tune in the morning when he takes it out most days. And it's amazing to see him being able to start on a quality, honestly, to be starting on a quality instrument. And my own students, like Maureen McBurney that was up here earlier, is renting a really fantastic Joe Foley bouzouki from the CIM right now. And again, I notice it's the multi-syllabic instruments that are hard to get. The flute and fiddle you might find. But the uilleann pipes, harp has only one syllable. That doesn't make sense. I had a hypothesis there, and then it was, but the uilleann pipes, Nora was mentioning earlier, making the reeds, and Nora has to call like 5 dozen people each time one of them breaks to try to get it fixed. And it takes a lot of effort, and really, it's unique that the CIM is able to offer that to our students, access to quality instruments and kind of off the beaten path instruments that are really important within the Irish tradition. So if you could pledge $250 tonight, that would help. But 2 people, Nora says 2 people, just thank you, people.
Yeah.
Where do I look for
that? There are over 60 instruments in-house that are available for students, and across everything from bodhráns to
concertinas,
uilleann pipes.
We have these amazing small accordions for kids that are starting on an accordion that John McCormick helps. They take toy accordions and they put real reeds in them. They're really cool, little things.
So like if I thought about starting out again now, maybe
we could get you going on one of the little accordions.
I could start on that.
Yeah. They're great.
That'd be embarrassing. So it was
That's a
for sure.
$250 level. Anybody want to raise it? You could raise the hand at the $250 level.
Few
They're
online, three online.
The online people are
Thank you.
Thank
you, the online. $100. What does $100? It does $100 does a lot here.
It does a lot. $100. We stretch every dollar quite far here at the Center for Irish Music. We work hard to do that. And $100 supports camp counselors at CIM's Irish Music Summer Camp, including world-class instructors and local teen musicians, including the wonderful Carmen Pascarella that was up here earlier playing her flute. So Carmen has helped out, and Nora has made it a kind of a mission here at the Center for Irish Music that as our students grow up and become teenagers and then go into adulthood, that we kind of give them opportunities to teach. Like she was saying, Adrian O'Shea is teaching over at the University of Limerick now, but Carmen is teaching here, some for us. Ian McKenna has done some teaching for us. And that summer camp program, it's both a time to give our teens a chance to help out in a teaching capacity. It's also entry level opportunity for young musicians like our daughter Izzy, who played her fiddle this summer or actually whistle at a CIM summer camp, and she said, "Oh, Dad, I play the whistle now. I'm just like my big brother. I play multiple instruments." But like to get in there and get that first introduction to Irish music in a fun, laid-back, social setting is really meaningful. So $100 if you could support CIM summer camps. That would do it.
Write
you
it
can
down
raise
on
your
the
hand
sheet.
now.
Raise
your hand.
You can raise the hand,
I see
write
a hand
it down,
up.
or do it on online as well.
Yes, I see a
So
couple
it is.
hands up there.
We got a couple of hands over here as well. Very good, thank you. Going once, going 500 times, keep going. Yeah, we're not going leaving, and the doors have been locked. So, I mean, really, now we do have food and booze, so things, we'll have mass in the morning. So if that
it's all night, right?
If that doesn't drive you home, it is. Very good. So we have the spotters going around, so thank you for keeping your hands up on it. One request that I would have is when the instructor crew come back out again and they're going to play the last couple of tunes, that for the very last tune, I would love everybody to stand up and to sway along, tap along, clap along, not just for the instructors, but for all of you, because obviously you're here, so you're already committed, you're already part of the choir, the beautiful choir of CIM. And so let's send it out with a rousing rendition of something or other, whatever they've got on the tunes. So they have. Nora's passing on info. Yeah.
Things are going great. The word is things are going great, and Kieran should introduce the next group.
Excellent. Excellent.
I love that.
Very good. So thank you all again. All right, where are the crew? Mary, Ian, Tom, Maddie, John, Brian, Hannah, and Jody. I'll mention their names again when they get up in order. How are we doing? Yes, in order. So don't be mixing things up. Okay, now. Very. The lights. Do you want to loosen the tie there, Brian, or it won't constrict you from? No, won't.
Be all right. I'll loosen it.
Good man, Tom. That was deftly done there by Tom. No wonder you're such a great musician. Jody, the hair is looking good there. I like it.
Kind of cute, huh?
You didn't say that.
How many tunes are you playing, lads and girls, ladies and gentlemen?
37.
A couple? 5 sets. All right, take it away. Cheer them on. Start shouting and roaring, for God's sake.
Thanks, Kieran.
Thank you.
That was number 1. I don't hear the thunderous applause. Thank you, thank you. We've got more of that in store for you later.
All right, I guess that means it's my turn. Hello, everybody. Hope you're still alive and with us here. The second half, everybody's heads start drooping. Get a little concerned that everybody needs to go home and go to bed. But not yet. You are still our captive audience. So nobody's getting out. No, just kidding. If you need to go home, go home. So I'm going to sing a song now called When First I Went to Sea. And it's just a lovely sort of contemplative ballad about someone who's gone off to sea and come back again. And I recorded it on an album last fall called Hallgate House with Dice Bro, who's unfortunately not here, but Brian's doing a great job on guitar here. So we're gonna give it a go. Oh, how do I remember still when first I went to sea? I was a gay, light-hearted youth, as happy as could be. For I longed to lead a sailor's life among the true and brave. My heart, it felt as buoyant and boundless as the waves. I've seen strange sights and scenes instead, but nothing to my mind. Like when I saw a tall ship first, her sails spread to the wind. I've roved for many's a night and day, through mist and through the sea. But never do I once regret when first I went to sea. Yet I have seen the angry waves like giants in their might, o'erwhelm the best and bravest hearts and bear them from my side. But oh, I do not seek to change the scene where'er I be. For never did I once regret when first I went to sea. I saw the waves around me dash when none could bear them. I heard the winds and seen them rend to tatters every sail. For I faced my death 100 times, but Providence proved good. And I for years the storms, the rains, and tempests have withstood. Oh, I have kept the midnight watch beneath those stormy skies. I've listened to the seabirds scream their loud and dismal cries. But oh, I do not seek to change the scene where'er I be. For never do I once regret when first I went to sea. For never do I once regret when first I went to sea. Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to do a couple of hornpipes that are known to us, associated with Martin McHugh. Yeah, you all know who Marty is. So our patriarch, who we lost last year, and got a lot of people started. And there wasn't a school for music when I started playing, but there was Martin McHugh, who was generous enough to teach me how to play, and he inspired so many people, and he got across to everyone what the music was about, and that was community and encouraging people. Great guy, and we miss him quite a bit. So play these hornpipes. Clun Dahara, Castlereagh, Roscommon.
All right. It's great to play Marty's tunes. I'll sing a song, and this is a rare Irish song that has a happy ending for most of the parties involved. Maybe not for all the people in the song.
Wait, you didn't tell me that.
Oh, well. The mom and dad don't have a happy ending. The mom and dad get ditched, but there's a happy elopement, and the guy and his girl, they get away, and they go back to beautiful County Tyrone. Did they lose something, Kieran? Did you say that earlier? Anyway, so they go. The guy doesn't venture too far. He's going to strike out in the world and be crazy and visit new exotic places. And so he goes from Tyrone to Newry, which is miles away. And he meets a girl, and what does he do? He just brings her back home. So the wide world was good for one thing. And it's a song called just the County Tyrone, and we'll do it right now. Right now. A 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. My parents oft told me they could never control me. A weaver they would make me if I'd stay at home. I took another notion for higher promotion, to try other countries as well as Tyrone. When I came to Newry, it was there I fell a-courting a charming young girl for a wife of my own. She swore by her conscience she would run all chances and go along with me to the County Tyrone. So early next morning, as day was a-dawning, we took a short ramble down by the milestone. The guards did pursue us, they could not come to us. I was wishing in my heart I had her in Tyrone. Great toil and trouble, our course we did double. We met with an old man was walking alone. He told them where he met us and where they could get us, and that we'd been talking of the County Tyrone. It was near us where vessels were lying. I called out to one and our case I made known. They threw a plank to us on shipboard, they drew us and told us the vessel was bound for Tyrone. Well, now we are landed in my own native country. In spite of her parents, I have her at home. And so for to finish, she's my love, Jenny Ennis, and I'm Bo McGinnis of the County Tyrone. Woo!
so that brings us to our last set for group 2. We got a set of reels for you, but don't go anywhere. There's a big finale I hear after this. Oh, no, there's no finales anywhere.
But there'll be definitely a chance for you to take, whose orders was that, to get up and Karen had some orders for you, I believe. You're welcome to practice on this one, though.
Along with some sober conversation and thoughtful meditation. So we're going to play a set of reels, the old concertina, which is also called John Kelly's, Sean Reed's, and The Lady on the Island.
Oh, Brian.
Oh, I'm good. I got it.
Ready?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Absolutely amazing. Nice job, group 2. All right, that was wonderful. I have some thank yous, and then we are going to pull those raffle tickets. And so while I'm doing my thank yous and while we're pulling these raffle tickets, everybody else can come up on stage and we'll get ourselves all nestled in nice and tight and cozy. So, did you enjoy that set?
Group 2!
All right, so thank you so much to the Celtic Junction Arts Center, Natalie and Cormac, and everyone involved, Carolyn, Joanne, the whole board, everyone, but particularly the production tonight. This production was co-produced by the Celtic Junction Arts Center and Pete McCauley and his team, McCauley Media. Let's hear it for Pete. Thanks, Pete. Thanks to our individual sponsors for sponsoring the evening ahead of time. That really helps us so much to plan, and we really appreciate your generosity. Thank you to our individual sponsors. We love you. Thank you. Give them a hand. I'll do a bunch in a row here. The Center for Irish Music Board of Directors, they are an incredibly dedicated group of individuals. They do a lot of work. They're extremely intelligent people. They support this organization. Thank you to the CIM board. I have all the same things to say about the CIM staff. We have 5 staff people, basically, these days. And it's amazing, because Kate Durbin joined our ranks. She joined our forces for the last 6 months at least. She project managed Celtic Cuties and then our build out. And she's still working on that for now. So I'm calling her a staff person. It's amazing to have all of you helping. We need a lot of support. It's a lot of work we're doing. To all of our volunteers, but in particular, I wanted to call out our volunteer chair, Kelly Scanlon. Yeah. She found Fig and Blue. Let's hear it for Fig and Blue, the caterers. And also a huge shout out to Eileen Degnan and her whole team for organizing this silent auction. Thank you, Eileen. There are too many volunteers who've put in like 10s and 20s and 30s of hours putting this event together, but thanks to all of our lead volunteers and then everyone who came to volunteer today, including our youngest volunteers. It's wonderful to have you coming and helping out. We had a lot of kids help out and volunteer setting up, and they'll be here tomorrow cleaning up too. To the Center for Irish Music instructors, we are so lucky. This is a massive contribution that we have here from all of our teachers. They are donating their time. They do more than teach at the school. They're mentors for our students of all ages, and they're everything for the that is the Center for Irish Music. So let's hear it for our Center for Irish Music instructors. Let's hear it again for the Advanced Youth Ensemble. Weren't they amazing? To all of our business sponsors who sponsored this event, thank you so much. Your sponsorship means so much and really helps to make this event work. And finally, to Kieran Folliard. Thank you, Kieran. You are amazing. Okay, let's get the kids up here to pull. Do you want to help us pull the raffle?
No, you pull the raffle.
Okay. All right, we have. All right, this is, in this boron, we have the raffle tickets. The winning raffle tickets are in here. There are 2 of them. Ginger and Claire are gonna choose one together. They play in a duet every year at the Midwest Fla, and so they're like one. So they're gonna pull one ticket, and then Jordan is gonna pick the first ticket. Okay? Are you ready, Jordan? Did you sell a lot of tickets tonight? Okay. Close your eyes. Tom Bryson! Woohoo! All right, so party at Tom Bryson's house. So Tom and the next person that we're going to call, when you win the wall of whiskey, wine, and winter ale, do not drink it all in one night. Have a big party. You can meet up with Becky near the wall right after the night. is over, and she'll give you a box and all of your winnings. Okay, are you ready, girls? Jordan, will you grab this ticket out of my hand and just put it on the microphone or the stand right there? Okay. Okay, girls. Are you ready? Ginger's done this a few times before. Okay. Maria Party at the Pascarella's house. All right. Thanks everyone for supporting the raffle. Frank Pascarella, who we miss, he won the Wall of Whiskey years ago, and I think there might be one of those. You might be getting it right back at your house again. All right, so there we go. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Ginger. Thank you, Jordan. You can head to your places, and I'm handing it over to Kieran.
Thanks, Nora. Jeez, a lot of excitement. A couple of housekeeping things. Check your phone to see if you won an auction item. For in-person winners, head downstairs to collect your items. Virtual guests, people beside the door, virtual guests will receive instructions via email for picking items up. All items must be picked up from the CIM by March 17th, the holiest of all high holidays. That's me improvising. All right. I was an altar boy. I was, actually. The parish priest in Ballyhonus was Father Peter Ball at one point. He was known locally as Cannonball. I swear to God, I'm not telling a joke. He never became a canon, but he was. But there was one Sunday when all of the baskets were passed around. He took one of them, and he was up on the altar, and he shook it, and all the coins were in there. He said, I can't even buy the newspapers with these coins. Next week, next Sunday, I don't want to hear any noise in the baskets. Do you get that? And off he marched. Well, tonight, the goal was 15,000. Right now, it's at 22. Plus 9, plus the 15 matching, plus whatever came in the lucky bags and all those other things as well. So thank you all. Brilliant job. Great community. And now let's get the standing for the finale. Thank you.
This is the swaying song. So this is a song called Safe Home. It's a send-off song, and the words are safe home, safe home, safe home will you go. May the light of the moon shine, smile down on your road. Safe home, safe home will you go until I next see you. Safe home will you go. So please sing along. If you don't know what to say, just say safe home. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. It's a waltz. Grab a partner. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We've come through the valleys, we've come through the fields, we've crossed over rivers to find ourselves here. We sang songs of sorrow, we sang songs of love. Let's sing one more together to send ourselves off. Safe home, safe home, safe home will you go. May the light of the moon smile down on your road. Safe home, safe home, safe home will you go until I next see you.
our troubles and fears, like shells on the strand, washed by laughter and tears. Now the tide is returning to lift us away, back to our houses and families we pray. Safe home, safe home, safe home will you go. May the light of the moon smile down on your road. Safe home, safe home, safe home will you go. And until I next see you, safe home will you go. Now the fiddles are quiet, the whistles all still, only echoes remain from the jigs and the reels. The dance floor is empty, our farewells all said. Now it's time to be going till we all meet again. Safe home, safe home, safe home will you go. May the light of the moon smile down on your road. Safe home, safe home, safe home will you go. And until I next see you, safe home will you. One more time. Safe home, safe home, safe home will you go. May the light of the moon smile down on your road. Safe home, safe home, safe home will you go. And until I next see you, safe home will you go. Until I next see you, safe home will you go.
Thank you so much.